I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
All right, we got some stuff to fix and post already. It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
Is this thing on? Is this on? I'm still August Gitschlag. We are down a fox tonight.
Yes. I
mean, Kirsten is sitting at the table, so we do have a fox with us, but a different kind of fox.
We are shy one fox.
Down there eating some of the wonderful food here.
We haven't. I didn't stretch before we did this.
Oh well, we are both of that age. We got to start stretching every day.
Because we took the party on the road. I've been in the plush palatial Podcast Your Voice studios, the Man Cave Suite there at the Podcast Your Voice.
It is a man cave for sure.
So we took the party on the road tonight, and so just working out the bugs. Thanks for joining us as always in the Man Cave. And Augie, this was your idea.
Yeah.
It's new. This is brand spanking new. This place is 2 weeks old.
It's 2 weeks old. The space is not.
Yes.
It's brand spanking new, but the ownership, it is a familiar location. I was a regular here for a long time, and it was known as Stache International.
Stache International.
This was my Sunday fun day Uber home and go right to bed spot for a while. But now it is not. It is now we're down for those who are listening, and we are in beautiful Eastern Market down here in downtown Detroit, and it's Tocororo.
Tocororo, and we got to ask them about the name and what it means and where it came from.
It's very unique, very colorful.
The derivative of it, the core in here is very industrial beach.
Well, that's kind of the Tocororo. I do understand is a tropical bird.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of gives them their color schemes and some of the fun cocktails that they're going to start making for us.
And so the cocktails are they're fun. They're almost in the tiki vein.
I hesitate to use that word.
Yes.
That's like they're not frozen. There's nothing coming out of
somebody
the blender.
Okay, yeah. Somebody apologized the other day. They were talking about because there's like a little grass hut that's like on a pontoon or something that goes up and down the Detroit River.
Oh, it goes through the St. Clair Shores canals too. Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
And it's kind of it's about as awful as those pedal bars.
Yeah,
it's like an awful thing. But it's they apologize for calling it the Tiki Cruise, and they're like, oh, that's the name, that's the company calls it. I know it's a cultural appropriation.
Oh, it's hardly anymore.
And I'm like, how is
hardly
that
anymore? It's not anymore.
You got to pussyfoot around.
There's no native tikis.
Yeah,
there's no. You're not offending a tiki person.
No, there's no. I don't know.
Well, you could say maybe like Fiji, but
yeah.
But we gave them the name. We gave the name Tiki Hut,
and we drink all their damn water anyway. So.
Yes, we do. But the Caribbean gave us rum, so we'll take that.
That is it. So no, I thought you might be afraid of the cultural appropriation.
No,
but we're gonna be talking to the owners. We got Connor Payne and Previch, David Previch.
Yes. Dave's a longtime friend of mine. I've known him for years. He's opened up many restaurants and bars. I'm just really proud of him having his own place now in his own space.
And this is kind of cool. If you are listening to the audio podcast, it's worth a trip over to YouTube or Facebook to see, because as we've been talking, Connor is behind the bar. The way we're set up, the camera, you can see the bar and see into the bar, and Connor is making us our first round of drinks.
Yes.
And so I'm super excited. He's going to bring them over. And then we'll enjoy the cocktails that he created, and we'll talk all about the cocktails. So we get to sip on the cocktails and drink it, grill him about his life.
Yes,
and then,
which he doesn't know is coming, really.
No, he doesn't know it's coming.
He doesn't know how it's coming.
This is great. And then once we get through that, we'll find out about the name and find out about their adventure combining together, joining forces, Wonder Twin powers to come up with the Tocororo.
Stache was doing good. It was doing fine, but the owners were just ready for something else.
Okay.
And what these guys have done with the space, though, is amazing. As someone who's here all the time in the other space, like the seating up on the window is just phenomenal. It's so cool. This booth that we're sitting in here now used to be the DJ booth.
Okay.
So they gave it enough changes to make it, their space. And I think that's pretty great. So the boys, so this place really only has 2 employees right now. Okay,
and it's Dave, the 2 owners,
and Connor. Right.
I was gonna. So I'm gonna
that's
talk
why
to them.
We can get them here when we can get them here, because Connor's the bartender and Dave's is in the kitchen right now.
And things are starting to pick up. People are starting to come in and enjoying the enjoying the nightlife.
We should be getting the Taylor Swift merchandise people.
They like
pretty
the
soon,
boogie.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They're all piled up downtown to buy merch.
And they're all sold out probably. So
any minute now, their parents will be coming here while their daughters are waiting in line to buy I Heart T Swift Detroit shirts.
Oh my God. And it's a day early. They're selling merch a day early.
I heard like places like Nemo's and Tommy's are getting calls to reserve tables for parents so they can have a space to be in while their kids are at Taylor Swift.
Just buying or for the concert.
Just for the concert. So the parents are down here partying. Can I make reservations at Nemo's?
Yeah.
Just so they have a spot to be at.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, we're being joined.
Hopefully they get some overflow here at Tocororo.
Hopefully they do. So we've been joined,
and Connor's going to slide on in and tell us what we got, and
put on a set of headphones and pick a microphone, buddy.
Yeah, leap on in. All right, all right. So Connor, thank you for inviting us into your place. We appreciate it.
No, thank you guys for coming out tonight.
So we got a couple of cocktails in store here. I ordered up the Lorelei, which is a gin drink, right?
Yep.
And we're going to get into a cocktail. And the other one is in a cool pineapple-shaped glass. And what's that, fella?
That is the old classic, the Pina Colada.
Okay.
Just wanted to make one that is a proprietary house cocktail, and then one that's as old as, I guess, the 60s, but old as time.
All right, so we're going to try the Lorelei.
And
slide that bad boy.
The ambient noise here, folks. We have music kicking. Is that mic on too?
No.
Okay.
And all right, so Connor, tell me about your childhood.
I don't really remember much.
You have been in the bar industry for a long time, haven't you?
I was going to say, it's kind of eaten up a lot of the early core memories there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but honestly, where you from? Where'd you grow up?
Was born around the area, like Waterford, White Lake area.
Okay,
is where I grew up. Came down here about 12 years ago. Started bartending downtown. Got into the industry, and then only recently, a year or so ago, met Dave and decided
that recently. I figured you guys had known each other forever.
No, we're just amicable. So,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
I feel like I've known Dave forever. The first week I met him, I thought I'd known him forever.
Yeah, he has that kind of
solid dude. Yeah.
So, how long have you been in the bar business?
Ever since I about like 16, 17, I started my first dishwasher job at like a big boy, and then went from dishwashing to prep cooking, then to serving, then bartending, and it's always been kind of a back burner. But I've always loved hospitality more than the other careers I've pursued. And then a couple of years ago, I just said, can we swear on this one? Or?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You can swear.
You
said fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Screw it all.
You said fuck it.
What the heck? No. And then just kind of made it a priority. So it's funny what you can do when you, embrace what you actually love as opposed to like chasing a day job, more or less.
Well, this has become a day job for you now that you're
very quickly.
You're a boss man. You're an owner. You're the full-time bartender. You and Dave are the two employees.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So when did you and Dave, and how did you and Dave connect?
We met drinking around downtown.
Right on.
Yep. I had just taken a management position at a downtown bar, and he was at a different downtown bar. And you're
allowed to mention them if you like to. It's okay.
What's that? Oh yeah, no, I was at Checker Bar at the time. He was doing Savannah Blue, and we'd meet usually just like happenstance wise at a halfway point. Then I'd be a couple shots in, and he'd swing in, be a couple shots in a few minutes later, and then
very nice.
That's when the ideas really start to matriculate. So yeah.
And Dave is and we'll get into Dave in a minute, but he is like a professional restaurant opener.
Yes.
He's
done it before.
He could do like a TV show on bring him in. He's like Detroit's bar rescue guy,
Except the inception of it, not just the rescue.
Right. 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 You're right. That's
turn the warehouse into a restaurant as opposed to the John Taffer.
Yes, and then we're done here because we're not going to pay that much to do it from now on.
See you. Yeah, they'll do it. Yeah, but this is my first go doing it. I think actually both of our first goes just doing it ourselves.
Okay. So, well, and look who's here.
Oh, shoot. Got some eggs.
It's Dave.
Hey, Dave.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Hey, you're up next, buddy. So keep an eye.
Those are fabulous.
Yeah, you already sampled the curry, the buffalo curry fries, right?
Buffalo curry fries.
There's a very curry-heavy menu. We'll get into that with Dave. So tell us about some of the other cocktails that you guys are serving here that are your inventions.
So yeah, because we noticed Dave's working the kitchen, you're working the bar. Is that your specialty? Is bartending and cocktails?
Drinking? Yeah.
The drinking.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert or anything, but it just kind of jack of all trades. I'm not saying any menus, God's gift to anything, but we wanted to take a concept and introduce something new into the market, and that's kind of a blending of like tiki classics with a relaxed feel, and then some kind of off the rails, sweeter, more fruit forward drinks featuring scotch, featuring gin, featuring other, less featured spirits.
There's plenty of places to go now. So if you don't have something that's yours,
mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to. So and that's great. You guys have a menu that is yours. You have things, and we'll talk to you about the food, but the cocktails that I've not had before. And I was here the other day, and I had more than I was supposed to, and that was your fault for mixing them up so deliciously.
I'm a good bad influence. I don't know.
You're an excellent bad influence.
But it's just kind of trying to find that identity organically without leaning too far, just into the tropes there. But I do have to give Pete a Miller Light real quick.
Sure,
no problem.
You mind if I tag out?
No, go ahead.
All right.
We're gonna
talk all the
start
shit while I'm
sipping.
gone, please.
We're gonna start sipping on these.
Yes, we're gonna talk about
and
the
then you can tell
cocktails
me
behind your back.
what's actually
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks for the minute. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right, so it's that's the magic of doing the show in the middle of a ship.
I know, right? Yeah, when they're the only two employees,
Oh, we would do that. There's a cigar bar that we would do it. We'd pull the humidor boss over, and he'd be trying to explain something to us, and he'd have to go because somebody was getting lost in the humidor.
Exactly.
And so Connor had to jump back and deliver a beer. But this is called the Lorelei, and it's an excellent grasshopper green color.
Yeah, with that beautiful purple on top.
Yep, and there's some crushed ice. It was in a bag, and he was beating it with a hammer. I was watching him earlier, and
they don't have an ice. They don't do the blender thing. They don't do the
sprinkled it. Yeah. So this is it's gorgeous, simply gorgeous, and it's the taste. It's I know it's gin because I saw him pouring it.
And I have a super thick milkshake of a pina colada here. I can't even get to the straw.
You need the big fat straw.
No, I need to go to a 7-Eleven and get myself one of those
Slurpee spoons.
The Slurpee spoons, yeah, the spoon straws. That's what we got to do.
You need a bigger draw on those.
Right.
But this is nice. I'm curious what the green coloration in this is because I am getting.
We're gonna make him come tell us that.
Getting a melon.
I'm going to tell him he has to come tell us that now.
He's spilling them up.
Yeah, he's mixing up another one. So, well, it's because we got a couple of our friends here that are craft cocktail aficionados sitting over here in the corner, and they're going to keep them busy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Do you have this kind of rum? Do you have that kind of rum? You might recognize Randy from other podcasts. Come have a seat, you rum snob, you.
Yeah.
Jamie and I keep talking about having me on to do like a rum episode. It's one of the spirits that
it's called the Rum Runner. Yeah.
You know a lot about the rums.
I do.
So yeah,
I've been drinking it for years.
I'm again, like with the other spirits, I'm a novice, so we need coaching for sure. What's out of rums? What's your favorite for a drink and favorite straight?
Oh, let's see. Favorite mixer is probably Bacardi 8-year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good, solid, affordable, decent aged rum.
Okay.
I did not expect you to name Bacardi product there. That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's on the mixer.
Yep. And then for...
Do you like it? Do you drink it straight?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not my favorite straight,
I'll do
but
Pressers or Pirate.
Pussers or Pirate.
Yeah. It's a Pirate or Pirate?
Pirate.
It is just Pirate.
Yeah.
I'm over fancifying that.
Yeah.
Joe Dirte, not Joe Dirt.
Right. Yeah.
So it is Pirate. That is a decent sipping rum.
Yeah, but what is that? Is that your favorite for sipping?
My favorite for sipping is probably Mount Gay Black Label.
Okay.
It's a Bajan rum, so from Barbados, and then it's just aged and nice and smooth, and it's got a nice punch behind it, though. It's quite boozy, but it's
what percentage? What percentage are rums, generally speaking?
Rums are usually 40 to 80.
Yeah.
No, 40 to 50%.
Okay. All right. So that's not far afield from bourbons.
I had to go grab a soda straw for those pina colada because those little straws were just not.
No, that's what you need. You need the fire hose.
The fire hose.
So Randy, I saw you order up the Lorelei earlier, and I was like super jealous, and I'm like, I want a Lorelei. And so Connor made one for me. You finished yours already.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was pretty gorgeous. Have you had the Lorelei before?
This was my first time.
All right. What was your take on the blend?
Initial thoughts were it is nowhere near as sweet as I thought it would be.
For seeing the colors,
And you
usually when you
can't-
see colors like
colors
that,
and the
you expect,
ingredients,
you expect a
But
bunch
there
of
was
saccharin.
at least 4 ingredients.
So it is gin, velvet falernum, melon liqueur, and pineapple. And then it's got the butterfly pea flower ice cubes on top.
He poured something
well, I
over the
guess
top
we don't need
too.
Connor to come back now because you just
After
explained
the
it to us. So
Oh, sorry.
that's okay.
No, but he'll
You can
tell
come
us the mix.
explain why and what. And
And with that, with all those things in it, I thought the gin might get buried, but the gin's holding up as
yeah,
gin.
the gin is holding up. I think he used Tanqueray in that.
Yeah, I dig I like a good gin drink.
I'm good. I'm going in.
He's going in for the gin.
Well, there is some. It's the melony liqueur. I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, we also did not bother to stir it up or mess up or change their layering. Like we didn't like. Make
was I supposed to mix it?
I think he
supposed to
told
sip
me
with
you can stir it and have the color mix in, but the pea flower doesn't add a lot of flavor. It's just color.
color? Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like as soon as you see the color, you assume that there's a sweetness attached to it, right? Like
Yep.
it's the melt of
It's
a
a vibrant.
popsicle.
It's a vibrant color. Yeah.
Pineapple juice can be sweet. The velvet falernum can
Yeah.
lean towards sweet, and the melon liqueur is always sweet. So, but there's enough gin in there to balance out that sweetness.
So when are you leaving your day job to become a tiki bartender? Craft cocktail with a leather apron at Mutiny Bar.
That
You might make
sounds
more
fun.
money. It's in demand, buddy.
I'll talk to Hannah, see if she's got a spot on her team for me.
And
Vendors there.
who's this gentleman with you? I think he's doing something for the weekend too, isn't he?
This is Brandon from Spotlight Detroit.
Brandon.
Oh, hey, Brandon.
That's
Well,
your
we're
cue to
sit
come
down.
over.
Sit down for a second, buddy.
You should leap on in and.
So we're talking about some of the events going on this weekend for Pride. You got to go eat his meat, and we got to go eat your
Oh
beat,
my
right?
God. Yes,
You
you
see how that's a transition I made?
That's just.
So, what do we got going on this weekend, buddy?
Yeah, so
We're right into the microphone.
we're celebrating the start of Pride in Detroit. Friday we have Nicky Ciano. He's a huge DJ from New York. He started at Studio 54, and it's gonna be all disco all night.
I
nice.
actually just saw him in that Bee Gees documentary, the one that
Oh,
dropped a couple years ago on HBO. They're running it on CNN now at night, and I watched it again. I'm like, I met that guy. I met him at Spotlight. Tom T took me to that show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna
He's
that's
been
gonna be
at your
amazing.
place before.
He has once
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, Spotlight is like the place. I know you're a little bit older than us, James.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know, even though you are a DJ, this is the music that Nicky's going to be playing is probably the stuff that you were listening to when you were 10.
Yeah, it was.
He's even older than you.
It was like it was 6th grade, and it was our first boy-girl party,
Yeah.
and then we played the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, Lip to Label, and you had it 4 times because there were 2 records. You had to do it
Yep.
twice.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the party. So Brandon, what does when he comes in to spin? What's his name again?
Nicky Ciano.
All right. So when Nicky comes in. Is he playing vinyl? Is he playing digital
Oh, yeah, it's
tracks?
all records.
It's all vinyl.
All records, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's the way to roll.
Yeah, seeing those old clips of him walking in, like they had this like documentary video of him as a young man. He's like 19, walking in
Yeah.
with a bunch of albums under his arm.
Isn't that great?
And those are just the ones that he brought in that weekend because the other ones were already in the booth, right? Because it was his show. And he's like, I got these for this week. And
It was a great weekend.
It's
You guys
pretty
gotta come check it out.
no, I love Spotlight. Spotlight's
Yeah.
like it's still back. It's the spot. You know, the only I don't even know if anyone else is doing that. Marble Bar does some of that stuff. TV Lounge does some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But you're the spot. You
So
know,
Spotlight,
no one's
is
booking like
there is there a cover? Is there a line? Do I
So
gotta say, hey, I know Brandon, and I'm not an old
that.
guy.
I'll kick you right
I
in the
look- I look
nuts. 'Cause
old,
everybody
but-
knows him. The security all wears shirts that say we all know Brandon.
Yeah.
They should, they should.
Yeah, sweet over.
So we're open Wednesday to Saturday.
Okay.
We're mostly in art gallery.
Oh, okay.
We have coffee served by Cairo Coffee in Detroit. We start opening at 11, and then at 9 p.m. it goes straight into house music all night long.
And they have a little record
Is
shop.
there
in
like
It's
a
pretty
cover
cool.
or anything, or?
So no cover on Wednesday and Thursday ever,
Yeah. Yep.
and then depending on the DJ, the event, cover ranges from 10 to 25.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and we also have a record store in there as well.
Loaf of
Yeah,
bread ain't
there
10
actually
cents
is
anymore.
a fully functioning record store in there. It's pretty cool.
That is cool. That's very, very cool.
Hey, Brendan, thanks for taking a minute to pop
Thank
in
you.
over here
You
while
didn't
we're
want to do
waiting for
that. We made you do
Yeah,
it.
I'm waiting for Dave to
totally
finish cooking up some
appreciate it.
good food. So
Thank you.
thank you, buddy.
Dave.
Hey, what's
Dave
going on?
Prevish, my old friend.
Yes.
Dave, hey, I'm
How are
Jay.
you, buddy?
Good.
Nice
good.
to meet you.
Thank you.
So, Dave, Tell me about your childhood.
Not much to tell, really. Split my time between down here in Detroit and up in northern Michigan, a little town called Lewiston. So,
all right. Yeah. Right on. So what brought you into, tell me the tale of your bar business, food business. How'd you get into it and some of the stops along the way?
So it was a family business. I grew up basically in it. So up north, we had a little resort bar restaurant up there. And then down here, my grandmother had a bar over in Delray. Mm-hmm. So we kind of split our time between working behind each bar. So, I just kind of came up that way and then went to school in Chicago and just got in a kitchen and just kept it going full time from there. So.
Right on. So Tocororo, you said you guys hooked up, you've met each other here in the city over the last couple of years. And then you're like, hey, we should do this thing on our own. This spot became available. And then the concept. So the concept, you found the spot. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The concept or the space?
So it was a concept I was actually working on for another group that I was doing some menu rework with.
And you're like, this is too damn good. I'm gonna keep it for myself.
No, they just ended up going in a different direction with the concept that they were working on.
All right.
So I kind of had it on the back burner, and then when me and Connor saw the space, which we had been in before when it was Stache, but we thought that the concept would match very well here. Right. I think being in the market, having a rotating menu, doing street food focus, and then with a bar program that leaned towards a tropical kind of side, but still being a neighborhood bar, we just kind of thought would really fit the space.
Yeah. So where did the name come from?
So what is Tocororo? I can't do it.
So Tocororo is it's a bird that's endemic to the Caribbean islands.
All right.
It's actually the national bird of Cuba. It's a small little trogon bird, and the color palette for the space is based on it.
Oh, nice!
It's pretty great. I mean, the logo you guys come up with is stellar.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's one of those words too. Like when you hear it and you finally get it, because like people mispronounce it all the time, but once you get it, it never leaves your head. So it's kind of like a little bit of an earworm, which is kind of nice. And there's not a whole lot of Tocororo online. So
there isn't.
Anytime you search it, we're right there up top without trying to make ourselves up top, which is great.
So very nice.
And look, I was already talked earlier about, I was a regular at Stache in the old days. I spent many a Sunday fun day in here. I love the improvements you made to the space, the efficiency improvements, the more seating, these booths that we're sitting in, they're wonderful. This nice work.
Thank you.
And the menu. Talk to me about how you came up with this menu, because it's curry heavy. Is this your Hamtramck influence?
No. So like a curry in general, I love as a bar snack. A little spicy, a little salty. Lots of flavor. It's Mickey Lyons actually.
The legendary one and only Mickey Lyons is over there in the corner.
She is, and we put curry fries on the HRD menu when I was there. One of the reasons was kind of specifically to a nod at Mickey. So like when I was coming up with the menu here for the summer, I like curry fries on the menu in general. And I'm like, well, hell, I just got to bring them back. So
that's what I had. I skipped dinner. I'm like, I'll get some food down there. I had the curry fries. They were fabulous.
Nice.
So what else are you guys featuring on the menu right now?
So right now we're doing smoked chicken legs. Those will stay. So the sauces will change as we, depending on what we're going to be doing for the street food side of the menu. So if we're, depending on what region of the world we're playing in or where we're at, the sauces for the legs will change up. But
that's a nice base to, that's cool.
Yeah, but the 4-hour smoke on the legs, and then they're tossed in whatever, flash fried and then tossed in whatever sauce you like. Right now we're featuring hot dogs and we're featuring hamburgers and then a vegan fish sandwich. So that's kind of our start. We wanted to go really like ballpark for this first summer and whatnot, grill out Americana, street food and whatnot. But as we move forward, we're definitely get into other regions of the world and whatnot.
So when do you get into the point where you have actual other employees so that you don't have to run back to the kitchen as soon as the next deviled egg order comes up?
We're going to play it by ear, really. Okay. I mean, it's kind of part of our philosophy of what we're doing moving forward in general. As we build this hospitality company, we really want to focus on helping other operators become owner operators. It's difficult to get into the space to begin with. The price of entry is very expensive.
It's astronomical.
Yeah. So it's really hard because you have a lot of really great operators out there that end up just working for somebody for their entire career because they never get a chance to play. So
Sure.
we're really trying to change the paradigm on that as we grow, and we're figuring out what that looks like.
Are you going to bring in like other, maybe like pop up kitchen stuff, and then you'll step aside and let them pop in?
Kind of. The long-term goal is to backfill ourselves with another partners that will be owners here that will also move forward with the
fair.
space
Okay.
as we move on to something
Oh, I
else.
didn't think they had a blender here. They do have a blender.
Oh,
All
We
right.
do have a blender. So that's kind of the long-term goal, is to backfill
Okay.
with other
Yeah,
owner
yeah.
operators. So
You pass the torch here and then light something up new
100%.
somewhere else.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
help them on the back end with the financing
Yeah.
and the management of like the systems and everything like that, so that they have a good chance of success.
Well, when I first met you, you were just a professional bar opener. That's what you did. People called you in, said, "Get my shit together, and so I can open up," and then you moved on to the next one.
Yep.
So
That's kind of been my MO for a while.
it's kind of cool to see you have a space that's yours, that you have your name on it. We're all of us have known you for years. Are so thrilled and so proud that we get to be a part of this.
Thank you. I'm super excited as well. It's nice to, just be in a space and be able to cultivate it and really, give that hospitality feeling that we really want to cultivate here. So
Love it.
nice.
Love it.
So, what do you have going on this weekend? Anything crazy?
Nothing crazy. I mean, we got Taylor Swift in town, so we'll see what
Mhm.
that does to us. Right.
Yeah.
So Connor is doing a feature, some type of cocktail.
Yeah,
think
Pride too.
We
Pride's
got
this
Pride
weekend.
as well. Yep. So both of those things, hopefully everybody comes out and has a good time in the city, and hopefully we're one of the stops.
So you got the cocktails, you got the food,
Mhm.
you got a nice little street space. You're butted up next
Yes,
to
there is an outdoor.
a fine Irish pub, and so you got some overflow back and forth with those guys. What about nightlife? Because I like the nightlife. I like to bookie. What do you have entertainment at all? What's the plans for entertainment?
We don't yet, but it is definitely going to be part of our programming moving forward. We'll probably wait a month or two before we start really looking at what that's going to look like, just to see what our space fills out,
Sure,
as
yeah.
far as what the regulars are, what people are looking for, what they're looking for in the space. We don't, as we kind of said before, we're trying to be Eastern Market's living room, right? So whoever comes and hangs out in the living room, we want to cater towards them as far as what we're going to be doing. So we
Okay.
don't want to try to jump the heart.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that I think you're gonna see it over there next to the sheds. This is on just across the freeway. It's over by McGee's Sporting House. I'm looking at Supino's right across the bridge from us now. That's where they're located here. So they are their own little space from the craziness of the market. So your flower day gets a little crazy. Walk across the freeway where you don't have to wait in line for videos.
That's true.
Come over here. And the videos people, we love them. They come over here all the time.
yeah.
I know that.
100%.
They're wonderful people. But yeah, this is just that step away with McGee's and you guys, that you get a little bit of relief from the madness.
Which is nice. A lot of people enjoy it. You can get on the patio. There's not a ton of people around. It's a nice duck out from the market madness.
And then hopefully it becomes just another part of the madness.
For sure,
what we hope
but
to
not
see.
too much, right?
Not too much.
That's
that one is
the
just the two of you.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll just definitely make us, change our growth plan for sure if we get too busy.
Right on.
So,
Awesome.
Okay.
Chris, thank you. Thanks for bringing us, taking care of us today and then bringing us in. We appreciate it.
Not even a problem, guys.
No, thanks for having us, Dave.
Yeah, for sure.
When you guys change the menu, we'll come down again.
Yeah.
You guys show something off. Well, Thanks, buddy. Real quick, buddy.
If,
Real quick.
can you break the cocktail down or?
Sorry.
Break down that cocktail.
So this is the Lorelei.
Yeah.
And so what are the ingredients into the Lorelei?
Right now I'm using a Tanqueray gin, Falernum, pineapple, melon liqueur, and then a butterfly pea flower tea that I've been freezing ice cubes and get to smash with a hammer.
So what's the
You were smashing ice with a hammer. I thought so.
Yeah.
Did you say Falernum?
Falernum.
Yep.
Falernum?
Falernum.
It's a
What is that?
it's a Barbados-based spiced liqueur.
Okay.
Kind of like
There you go.
a mainstay in a lot of tiki drinks or so. But yeah,
Okay.
it's a great
So
flavor.
because I noticed you did a pour over the tea ice after.
That is just So incorporating a little citrus in there, so like fresh lime juice on top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it starts that process, but the different size ice cube chunks give it you keep the blue cubes in the center there while the rest of it turns to a fuchsia
Yeah.
or so.
So yeah, it's awesome. It's the gin holds up. I thought with like all those ingredients, I thought you might lose the gin, but the gin really held up.
Gin's one of those things that kind of shines through, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else? What else is another cocktail that's unique for here?
I've got a couple of them. We're going to be doing a rotating a bar menu as well as I don't know if Dave mentioned or so, but the street food rotates seasonally. We're going to do the same thing with the bar.
Okay.
I'll have a new drink every week.
Nice.
Featuring and then a couple staples. Right now I've got a Scotch cocktail that's a play off of Old Blood and Sand that's been more popular than I thought it would be. But, yeah. But again, I love. We've been doing a lot of rum sales here, so like I do like incorporating, whiskeys, scotches, tequilas, gins into that. So it's not alienating anyone that is not a straight rum drinker.
So the Tocororo, David was telling us, about the bird and the colors and the color scheme and everything. That's where it came from. But where did the idea for the bird, was that part of, because he kind of was incubating an idea, was the Tocororo part of that idea he was incubating, or where'd you come up with the name?
I believe the name was something that Dave had kind of in
that was part of the incubation.
You've been cooking on that one for a minute.
And and again, like with all the restaurants here, like I love this space. I love how we're starting out, but again, this is just it's the bar is built for the location. It's built because the Eastern Market and like the surrounding area didn't have kind of a place to drink like this, to eat like this.
Right.
And so, it's not about building like this bar is your baby, put your last name on the sign and do that. Sometimes it's just like, hey, what would be fun for, what does this block need? What does this part of the city need? Like, what's not? Yeah. So part
of the creativity that is surrounding you here in the market.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's to not compete with anybody else or do the same concept, but find your own kind of style. And Dave had a concept that he had in his back pocket for a minute here and was like, I think this would be a great space for it. So,
well, the cocktails are worth the trip. The food's worth the trip. And
space and the view, the space is all worth the trip. You'll see me here every once in a while. That's worth the trip.
Every once in a while.
There you are.
All right. Again, Connor, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
For your
go catch someone out, but I'll be back.
Go to work.
All
right, buddy.
I like it, man. This is a stop on the Man Cave tour.
I enjoy these location shoots where we get to talk to folks in their element. It's kind of cool to have them like running out of the kitchen, yelling at us from the back room. I gotta go catch one out. Jimmy needs a Miller Lite. It's
it's real. It's life,
a mom
man.
and pop, but buddy and buddy operation here.
Head on down to the Eastern Market if you want to give it a whirl. If you're in the Metro Detroit area, and if you're in your area, not Detroit.
Well, this is the oldest running farmers market in the country.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is historic Eastern Market.
Worth it. Detroit, so worth a trip in and of itself.
Also, where all the Detroit Lions legal tailgating happens. For those of you from outside of town, if you come to town for a Lions game, this is where you can legally drink outside. The tailgates for the Lions.
It's the big drinking district.
Yes, it is.
So there you are. So I think that's good. I think we got it, man.
Even I don't even miss Matt. It's crazy.
Oh,
didn't even notice he wasn't here. Wah, wah. I love you, Matt Fox.
Oh, we love Matt Fox. But we'll do it again. So thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that stuff, podcast things, and all the podcast places. And that'll do it.
Well, he's Jamie Flanagan.
That's August Gitschlag.
That's me.
And cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for listening.